Welcome to Toffee TV. We've had loads of technical difficulties trying to get this video up today. I don't know whether the heat just makes it worse, doesn't it? Just makes you feel more pressured and then you start sweating. Yeah. How was everyone this fine afternoon? Doing this early today because we're going to Wigan tonight, so we want to get it out the way. For some reason, we're drinking hot drinks.
It's allegedly supposed to cool you down, but I don't believe it. It's just making me 7 times hotter.
Yeah, so it is ridiculously hot. So yeah, get your questions in, anything you want to discuss. Hopefully everyone's seen the new away kit by now, which looks cool, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Looks smart. There it is. Hanging up in some somewhere.
The Baltic it is.
Yeah.
Very nice indeed.
It is, isn't it? It is lovely. It is very smart. Like I'm loving it. Like Bernard, what do you think of Bernard wearing it?
Superb. What a lovely little player. Look at that little face.
Oh,
ready to tear.
Loads of tattoos. Loads of tattoos.
He loves the tat, doesn't he? He loves
loads of tattoos. And look at Dean just looking cool, isn't he? Looking very, very cool.
Wouldn't expect anything less. Magnifique.
That's what they say. No, I'm loving it. I think it's very, very smart. We went to see it yesterday, and just a little pattern on the front. I like that little it's the white diagonal sort of just adds something to it. It's got this weird the pattern on it just sort of disappears as well. So really, really like it. So we got our copy as well of St. Domingo, looking very, very bright. It's got like the pattern on the back, and it's got a little feature on Hands Tours as well, which is cool inside. And I think after spending 21 hours on a coach one way with them, we should have got some part of that, shouldn't we? Really?
Do you think?
Yeah. We should be part of the score. But what's going on? What's in the comments? What's happening?
Stephen Kelly's talking about Bernard, saying he's got incredible ability and will score more. He didn't have a pre-season, and a lot of people don't realise that when they're looking at his numbers from last season. He's not a fan of Zaha. Tim Whittle said Zaha wants to go to Arsenal anyway. Sean O'Donnell wants your score prediction tonight.
2-1.
2. Either team.
Either team.
Oh, okay. Sophie Gallagher says, afternoon lads, what do you make of people turning on brands? And could Zaha be a smoke screen for them?
4 people isn't turning on him, honestly. Yeah. A few people on Twitter saying stuff isn't turning on him. No one's turning on him. You know, it's the same with like this Bernard chat of people, a couple of people saying that Lookman's better than him. The proof's in the pudding, isn't it? Forget what people say. It's what people do that matters. And
Lookman's not better than Bernard.
Lookman's not better than Bernard. I mean, he's just not. And let's see what happens in the next 2 weeks with transfers. You know, we've just done a little update, a little transfer update, and we also did a transfer show as well where we discussed all the transfers, and it's not Everton, it's everybody. The market is just not moving anywhere, and Everton find themselves in a position where they're probably trying to get targets in. We'll put the transfer show out either later or tomorrow, and we just feel like there needs to be, well, I certainly feel like there needs to be a revolution in the transfer market. I just don't think it works anymore. I just don't think it's fit for purpose. The way we buy people for mad money and then give them mad wages. All it's going to, it just doesn't balance out. We're giving average players great wages, and when they fail, we can't get rid of them. And that's everybody. I think we have to be more realistic about how much a player costs, and then that player has to be more realistic about how much he earns. And until we get some kind of actual pay scale, it's just going to be a mess, isn't it, for me? And I think it's all over the gaff.
It's mad, isn't it? Old Monk says we should have gone for Hallett. Would have been perfect for us, but somehow West Ham were first. He also says he was great with Jovic and could create that with Richarlison. Well, Everton didn't go for him because obviously they didn't fancy him, the management team. It's probably as simple as that. I like him. I think he's a good player. Obviously, it's an unknown whether he can do it here as well. But if the management team don't identify him as someone who will suit the way we play or do what we want. We can, us as fans can go, we should get him or we should get him, but they know what they're aiming for, and they'll get the best players to suit that. Whether we think there's good players out there or not, who we think we could get is irrelevant, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Some from Patreon, our
Yeah.
patron. James Hardwick says, any truth in the Zaha rumours, and what do you both think of the new away kit? Well, we both think the new away kit's boss. So what about Zaha? It's a weird one, this, isn't it?
I think Everton like him. Don't think there's any question about it. Everton liked him last season. You know, and I know that last season Marcel Brands had a couple of conversations with his agent. But then he went and signed a 5-year deal, didn't he? And made things very complicated. So, I don't know. At a £70 million plus, for me, he's a diver as well.
Arsenal want him. They can't afford them. Maybe an agent's throwing our name in to try and push Arsenal, but we're not spending that kind of money either, so I don't quite understand that.
I want a left-footed one.
Guy Wetham says, first time poster, long time viewer, love the show, guys. And again, he's asked about Zaha. And David Havel says, morning from Oklahoma, guys. Looking forward to the next couple of weeks. It's going to be sad to lose Garner, but with the money from selling him and Lookman, Brands should have more ammunition to make moves. Are we still expecting Onyekuru to leave permanently in this window?
Well, we knew that Moscow were in for him about 6 weeks ago, and we thought he was going to go there, as I think Everton did. And apparently he's turned that move down. So I don't know is the real answer to that. If someone bids, Everton will sell him. I think that's the real answer. This is a lad who got 12 minutes of football in the AFCON Nations. If not, Everton will send him out on loan again. But I think Everton are ready to sell him, to be honest, because I just don't think he's ever going to get a work permit.
That's the problem, isn't it? That is ultimately the problem.
Andrew Ward says, hey, I'm from Melbourne, I love the away kit. Tim Whittle says, were you happy when the back pass rule was enacted in 1992? Yeah, because it did what I thought it would do. Stop Liverpool winning everything, because they were the masters of it. Mowers and stuff says he reckons we should get an experienced striker as a stopgap.
Name one.
He might say Mandzukic or something.
Okay, that's cool. That's all I'm asking. I want a Giroud. So.
Ray Moran says, what's the worst fan channel out there?
Don't know. I haven't watched them all. I haven't watched hardly anything. Depends what you want from a fan channel, isn't it? I mean, we're not a fan channel. We're independent media.
So, bit of a difference.
Yeah.
Sean O'Donnell says all of our kits this year just look like training tops.
They don't.
He likes both of them.
So you like both of them, but you think...
No, sorry, dislikes both of them. He dislikes both of them.
They don't. They don't look like... This does not look like a training top. Honestly, being close up to it. Yeah. Number one, it's dead light. The shorts are... got a lovely like green tinge to them, and honestly, it's a boss kit in the flesh.
Kieran Rothwell, are you going tonight, lads? Yes. Will Wright, hey lads, you think we could land our striker this week?
I hope so. I think it would.
I think so.
Calm a lot of people down.
I think so far. I think there'll be a few deals that are quite far down the line. Don't forget, a transfer isn't concluded. You don't bid for a player today, and the transfer is concluded tomorrow. To get to the stage where a bid goes in and everything's agreed, sometimes it's months. Fabian Delph was talking about March, April, wasn't he?
What I love about that is that transfers take ages and ages and ages, yet on deadline day they just... It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like...
Because on transfer deadline day, don't forget, there's a willingness to get... Do
you know what we need? You know what I like? And I seen one last week, and they do this in Italy. Seen that thing in Italy where, like, on transfer day, they all go into the
headquarters.
But they did one last week, didn't he? And it was like... they called it like a transfer speed dating thing where all these agents and coaches were in this room and they were all just moving around one from one and going, right, what do you need? Well, we need a centre forward. Or we've got a centre forward. Do you want him?
Well, that's what happens in Italy. Yeah.
Well,
draft day.
Draft day in the States. Yeah. I honestly think we need to start moving towards a more
everything should be
American model in terms of.
But it's not just Everton, is it? Look at Inter with Lukaku. It's been going on for months.
Well, we said, didn't we? Right, if we're after Moise Kean, right, Juventus have to get a Cardi first. Now, Inter might want to sell Icardi till they know they've got Lukaku, but they can't get Lukaku till they sell Icardi. And Juventus might want to sell Moise Kean till they get Icardi. So it's like, who goes first? Who takes that blow? And whoever takes that blow, the first one, might have to pay over the odds. Whereas if we wait, we might get Moise Kean cheaper, but at the same time, we might still miss out on him. So we're essentially playing a game of chicken. All we're saying is, well, we might have the best person in the world playing chicken for us.
Yeah.
And that's what these transfers...
Poker, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who blinks first? And we have got quite a good poker player doing it. So let's back him. Johnny Robinson says, what's your favourite or most surreal moment since starting Toffee TV? Interviewing legends or being on Sky? I've got two that stands out for me. Two mad ones. Duncan Ferguson coming over, telling us he watches us. And
live, while we were live. Yeah, while we were live.
It was just a mad one when he was doing some of the training. That was a mad
Got
one.
you in a headlock on Friday, didn't he?
Yeah,
I shouted him on Friday while he was on, and he went, he turned around, and he went, what? And he came up, he went, you all right? And he went, where's the little fella? And I went, he's on his way, mate. He's on his
the
way.
Little fella. Well, to be fair, I am. So he's on his
He said he's on his way, so...
And the other one, which is a bit... Listen, there's been loads of amazing things. I love your Cubu. Sitting with your Cubu was great, and we've done other things with Martinez and all of that. But one that's surreal, and that was dead weird, was when we were at Finch Farm last season, and we went in the cafe. We were waiting to do the next bit of whatever we were doing, and Mason Holgate's dad called me over,
and we didn't know he was.
I know he was. He
didn't
just
know.
some fella waving, and I walked over, and I didn't know what he was going to say, to be honest. And he was like, "We watch you," and bloody, and he started telling me things I'd said about games and stuff, and then and it was like, "I'm Mason's," and it was just that moment was just really, for me, was really weird. It was just weird, but I mean, have you got?
Because he said, didn't he? He was like, yeah, we went, you know, we don't know what people think of Mason here, and we were like, no, I think everyone likes him. You know, I don't know him, but I really like you guys. You've got a good like. I mean, we've talked about the Sky thing before. It was what it was. You know, I love all those. I love seeing all that kind of stuff, seeing what really goes on, and all that kind of thing, and.
It's amazing when you see it, isn't it? It's such a big.
And on the day they give us an opportunity, they literally give us an open goal, and I just tapped it in. You know, just tapped it in, and that's it, isn't it?
Anything else? Everything we do, we enjoy, don't we? There's the reality, or most of it is the reality, but surreal stuff. I'll tell you what's surreal. Sitting having a pint and Farhad Mashiri comes and stands with you and gets a picture with you. That's weird. But,
I mean, you know what? Though, Baz?
Go on.
He asked for a picture with us, so we have to oblige.
Listen, these billionaires, you know. I shook his hand out in some of his billionaire.
Well, just gold dust.
Just a bit on me, like, you know. Kieran Rothwell, do you think we'll sign Malcolm?
I think if we did sign Malcolm, it would be in the last week. Again, it's that idea. It's that getting them for the price we want them, and the only way that's going to happen is in the last week.
I think he'd be a fantastic signing for us. Darren McGlone says, "Do you think we'll sign Keane?"
Again, there's a lot of ducks in a row, isn't it, to put in place, and it's.
I think Keane.
I think we're in there.
I
think we've been saying for weeks, haven't we? We've been saying for weeks. It makes sense, absolute sense to go for him, and
I think we've got a chance of getting him. I really do. James Dunlop says Zaha's a quality player, but I wouldn't pay the fee Palace want for him. I agree.
What I would say about Zaha though is that what you pay for him, I do think we would get our money's worth. I really do. I think he's
wouldn't his swan diving.
I think he's a Premier League player who I know, but I think he's a Premier League player who makes things happen, and people don't know how to handle him. I don't know if he knows how to handle that, but I do think whatever someone pays for him, they will get there.
I'll tell you why I think as well, because Marco Silva's the type of manager that would drag him into positions.
He'd improve under anyone. But
no,
I know.
Because what I mean is he went from Palace to United. Moyes didn't really know what to do with him. Yeah. Basically because of other stuff that he'd done. And the next United manager, Van Gaal, wasn't it? He didn't really use him and sent him back to Palace. And then he's been with Hodgson. And I think Silva takes that much pride in coaching, I think he'd improve. But he would, you're right, if he went to Emery, he'd improve him. If he went to Klopp, Guardiola, Pochettino.
Just made me laugh today. Obviously the third kit, second away kit's been released. No leaks or anything, and within hours there's leaks of the third kit.
Oh, no.
And Everton have done so well to
keep that one
to keep the away kit under wraps.
What can you do? Lewis Fredo says, imagine Gomez in that away kit.
Well, you won't have to imagine much longer, because it'll probably see it tonight.
Yeah, there you go. Mr. Ugu,
yeah.
How are you coping with the fact that you... Oh, you're red.
What's he saying?
How are we coping with being in the shadows?
We're not asked.
We're not bothered.
Literally not asked.
How are you coping with being the second club on Merseyside? And you always will, no matter what, because we were here first.
Who's
Go and enjoy your European club.
Who's
Hang on, Mr. Ugu. It's boiling outside. It's a lovely day. You don't have to watch an Everton channel.
You're watching an Everton channel.
It's mad. James Dunlop says the away kit is boss. Go on, Patreon.
Adam Johnson says, hi lads, I've had the same...
Same one?
No, I've had the same problem with the agent's offline pop-up box that covers the checkout option when buying tickets. It can be avoided if you make it so that the agent's offline pop-up only covers part of the checkout button, but it nevertheless dissuades potential customers through the incompetent website and stops money coming in. Adam, I agree.
We talked about this yesterday.
I agree, Adam. There are many things that stop Evertonians from spending money on Everton. Most of them have been created by Everton for some unknown reason. I don't know why. There are a million ways Everton could make money and yet do not make it for one reason or t'other. So they do make it very difficult at times to spend money on them. The only thing you can do is get in touch with the club, get in touch with the fan services and log these complaints. That's all I can say. And hopefully if enough people do that. But listen, I've been complaining about things for years and they haven't, the things, not complain as such, just asking for things, and I'm still asking for things. Because for me, a lot of people out there will say, what are you moaning about this for? And what are you moaning about that for? But as a football club, I look at other football clubs and see how they make money and how they work and how things run smoothly. And I think, well, I've said this before. How many times have you walked in the club shop with money in your pocket and walked straight back out without spending it because there's nothing in there? It's things like that that frustrate me about the club. And we can get better, but the only way we're going to get better is if people tell them they need to get better. And too many people are discouraged by that, by people going, oh, what are you moaning for? So,
Tip the Footy says Zaha will be an exceptional signing for you. Best winger outside the top six. That'll be an exciting signing. Renato Pedro said he should replace Garner if he leaves.
What do you think?
I'd buy Sangari. I'm a broken record, but that's who I'd go for. There you go. Nothing else to say, really.
Okay.
Paolo Beretta says, who do you think we need from the market? He thinks a centre-back, a right-back and a striker. I think we need a centre-back, a winger, a striker and a centre midfielder, to be honest. Robbie Rotten says Lucas Dean is better than Leighton Baines. He is now. Robert Kirch Gessner says Zaha's not the answer. How many goals last year? Didn't he get about 9 though in the end? I think
Zaha, I know some people, the way he carries on is not great. He does, but I did see him in games last season where he got kicked to absolute bits. He really did. The Southampton one where he got sent off.
Yeah.
He got kicked everywhere. And I think what he was asking for is a bit of protection. Doesn't always come. Listen, we're having a conversation about a player that I don't think we've got any chance of signing. So
there you go. Everyone, hit the thumbs up button while you're here. 240 of your 35 likes. Come on. Shouldn't have to rush you.
Come on.
Priscilla Daniels says, hello guys. Hello Priscilla. Dave Walker has gone. I haven't heard anything about this.
Well, there's nothing coming from our end because nothing ever does come from our end. But like always, the people close to PSG are saying that it's nearly done. And we look at Lookman. No one's mentioning anything about Lookman, and we've seen him in Germany. He's in an airport in Germany yesterday, so that's almost done. But Everton won't confirm those things. And what I would say as well, by the way, on these transfers is when you hear German media or when you hear French media talking about a price, that price will have been leaked to them by the buying club. The buying club does not want anyone to think that they've overpaid or they've lost out on the negotiations. So they will downplay the figure, and Everton will up the figure, and that's why things are always undisclosed, so no one loses face. So Leipzig have obviously briefed the German press and said, right, it's going to be this much, and it's a fantastic deal. What a player. We've got the better end of the deal. Well, the truth will be somewhere in the middle, won't it? It'll be somewhere in the middle. There'll be, whatever it is. And it'll be the same with Ghana as well.
We can only get as much for Ghana as the buying club want to give us. The reality, if we had half a dozen clubs after him, you can get an auction going, but we got one club bidding. Kieran R says Dominic Calvert-Lewin is expected to join Sevilla, according to the Spanish press. That's nonsense.
Behave.
Luke Gates, where on the park do you think we'll see Delph playing?
You play against Sevilla. Centre midfield for the main part, I think. For the main part.
And then filling in as and when if we need him to do a job. Martin Edwards got Betty Swalix, fair play to you,
I've got
mate.
sweaty everything.
Priscilla Daniel says send them best wishes from Australia. Best wishes right back to you,
Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Right back to you. Robbie Rotten, score prediction we've said 2-1 either way. Mr. Smoke Joe says with VAR, Zaha will be banned permanently.
But what would he be banned for? Diving?
Yeah. He is a diver, mate.
But what about all those?
Even if we buy him, I'll still say.
But what about? I agree.
He's
I
a
thought his
diver.
behaviour last season at Goodison was awful. But the point being is that what about all those people that kick him week in and week out?
Alex Kenny, have you seen the leaked third kit? What's your thoughts on it? Seen an image of it, and if that turns out to be authentic, and we're not saying it is, or it isn't.
Well, that's the colour we were told it was.
Well, it is the right colour. Then that's a very nice kit. That's what I would say in it. You want to see all of it, obviously. Mowers and stuff says DCL to Seville. Yes, please. Never rated them. P. Brown says reckon trying to buy Matuidi is worth a point. Been linked with Blaze, haven't we?
I like the fact his name's Blaze.
Yeah.
Blaze.
Mowers and stuff wants us to get Mandzukic or Deco.
Dzeko.
Someone's just asked me if I like Calvert-Lewin. Where's that gone? I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin has got lots of positives for him, going for him. I don't think he gets naturally into the right goal. That's from Robbie Rotten. From naturally into the right goal scoring positions, and I think that's the biggest part of his game he has to work on. I think he's good, hold up plays excellent, good in the air, quick, works the channels, works very hard. But for me, he has to be braver in and around the penalty area, trying to get on the end of the stuff.
Lucas on
Priscilla. Shout out to Silla and Matty in Australia.
Lucas has said, he's on Patreon, he said, why do you think we don't do any promo videos for the new kits like Arsenal and Man City do? Or would you rather we didn't do any of those sorts of things? Well, Chelsea did one as well. Chelsea's is really good as well. It's got loads of well-known Chelsea fans in it for their kit. I think the main reasons are, number one, cost. Is it worth the cost? And then the number two is number two. I don't think the kit was supposed to come out today. I think it might have been rushed because of the Wigan. I think it might have been next week. But
I don't understand why we didn't just say to Wigan.
Maybe they just said no. Yeah. But
they might have they might be their new home kit.
But the other reason, I suppose, is simply because this is our gimmick, isn't it? This is our gimmick this season. So that's our gimmick this season, isn't it? And I like that. I like the fact that the pattern's on the back. Yeah. That's our gimmick this season for the kit. Now, whether you like that or not, that's the gimmick. Other clubs have videos or whatever, launched them on tours in America and all that good stuff. This is our gimmick, and I agree. I think that we should be doing a lot more, but we're just not. We're not. But listen, that is down to not only Everton, but I suppose Fanatics and Umbro and who really are doing those videos? Liverpool didn't do anything. They're European champions. City, City had a big launch because they've changed to Puma. Arsenal had a big launch because they've changed to Arsenal.
To Adidas.
What did I just say? To Arsenal. To Adidas.
Just hot. It's hot.
It is hot.
That was nice.
Man United haven't done anything. So we need like those fans, don't we? So really, we're not really. Those clubs are bucking the trend of just getting a kit out. I'd like to see us do more. I really would. I'd like to see us do more around the city. I know they've done the projections and stuff, but bloody hell, there's a big Trent Alexander mural going on a wall, paid by a Liverpool podcasty thing. So do you know what I mean? Maybe we do need. I mean, the mad thing about this one, right? If you look in this book, all the pictures inside are all around the Baltic. Now, round the Baltic is loads of graffiti artwork. So why didn't we get something in relation to that? Why didn't we pay to have one of the walls done with like that picture of Luca Dean in that kit overnight or something, or unveiled it? Do you know what I mean? That to me is cool. That's cool. There's a Klopp one down there, isn't there? That's cool to me. That's the kind of thing we should be doing. Videos and stuff, whatever, you know. But that fits in, I think, with the approach we're taking for the launch of that kit. So that's what I'd like to see. But hey ho.
Another 9. Hit the like button, please. 275. You come on. You're here. You're watching. You may as well
Gary Ward.
take a sec.
What time is it, Gary Ward? He's on. He said, away kit looks great. You're early today. Well, we are because we're on the match tonight.
Stephen Kelly said, would you consider doing a phone-in on deadline day? Yes.
Oh, are you here?
Deadline day?
Are you here?
3 weeks. It's 2 weeks, yes.
Okay, I'm just checking because
I'm here. A week later, I'm here for deadline day, yeah.
Are you here for the first game of the season?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just for
I'm not here for
just
the
for the
first
next
home
3 weeks you're abandoning me.
Yeah. You'll be alright. You're a big fella. You'll be fine. So
if anyone wants to come in and be a guest,
yeah,
I'll need you.
Steel, no problem.
Yeah, we need to Steve we need to get that sorted.
We need to start getting things. I'll get things organised, honestly. I will get schedules done while I'm off. A chippy of footy. All right, lads, just bought the new away kit with Richarlison on the back.
What if he changes his number?
Don't know.
When's it actually out?
Next week. A week today.
Is it?
Yeah. Who do you see replacing Garner? Sangari we mentioned before. That's who we want. Delph play there. We'll have to just see.
Charles. Nice one. Just joined Patreon.
Charles. Much love for you. Where are we? Jake Ablett, any truth in Zaha? Don't know, is the answer.
It's a weird one.
It's a weird one.
one.
Keith Powell says, don't lose faith in Marcel Brands. He knows what he's doing. He's a very experienced
I'm not losing faith in him because I honestly just think that the market's mad and he might be doing everything he can to get his players, but people might just be asking for really, really silly money. And if we've got to buy 3 players, that's 100 million before you start.
Andrew Ward, Danny Welbeck. Yes or no?
You know what? I'd be tempted, but I think I'd be tempted to bring him in, but no.
Robbie Rotten Sandro, Wade is a complete joke. Can't do nothing about that, mate, can we? Alex Kenny, do you think Moise Keane is our best bet for a striker? I've heard he's got an attitude problem.
How have you heard that?
It's because he turned up late for an Italian under-21 game and people said he's got an attitude problem, but...
Gary Ward says it's 7:45.
It is 7:45. Oh, sorry, I thought you meant the match tonight. It's 7:45
It is,
there.
AM.
Yeah, it's right, guys. Are you invited back to Sky HQ after having Gravy Tits as Kex down live?
We've been invited to something to do with Sky, but I don't know if it's not Sky Sky HQ. But I don't know if Sky are doing that again. And if they are, I'd like to go back to food with sound.
Jake Ablett, how many more will go out the door, lads?
I don't know. Hopefully Morales. I think the last week's going to be mad. I think the last week is going to be mad.
Tim Whittle.
On the super chat. Super chat.
Thoughts on the new theory of a coal fire weakening the hull of the Titanic and heavily contributing to its sinking? I mean, what are your thoughts?
I've heard this. I know what. Yeah. Oh, listen, hang on. Titanic news here.
I know you're at.
I'm full on. Basically, what they reckon happened is the days before the Titanic sailed, a fire got out of control.
Right.
In the coal thing,
Yeah.
and they knew about it basically. And this fire was, imagine loads of coal, just being on fire, and in a very small place. So there's no way of getting to put it out. What they were trying to do is, as it was on fire, get it into the furnaces, but they couldn't get it into the furnaces fast enough, and it weakened the bow because it warped the metal, and they reckon that's why. So when the iceberg hit it, the metal was just soft because it was so superheated. And they reckon that's like one of the new theories. I watched the program where they got all these old pictures, and have you ever seen that thing where if you can get like a couple of pictures and then you almost make a 3D image of it? Yeah. And they got these two pictures, and they showed that when it went out off the thing, it was launched. It had all this like blackening, and the people said the blackening on the side it was proof that there's fire is damaged on the other side. So I'm with you, Tim. Listen. This is what I'm all about. I'm investigating these kind of things on the daily. Do you know what I mean? Because you've got to. Because when a question pops up like that, you've got to be able to answer it. Do you know what I mean?
So there you go, Tim. I think
that's a decent.
He's literally agreeing with that theory.
I think that theory's got legs. Although, if you watch James Cameron's Titanic update that he did, which he also says that he now believes the way it sunk was completely different to the film because he's now got new knowledge. Right. And they asked him about like why the fellas with the binoculars couldn't see it, and he said because it was so dark and so flat and there was no moon. Yeah. That literally there would be it's hot and you have a shimmer. Yeah. Will it be when it's those temperatures you have a shiver, and basically that shiver would have distorted the iceberg, so they will have never seen the iceberg. Because even though it's white, it would have just been black. So they will have never seen that iceberg. Anyway, and literally iceberg right ahead. He said that's literally how it would have been. He said they had no chance, binoculars or not. He said they had no chance. So,
Robbie Rotten Schneidlin, sell or keep?
Sell them to who? And how much are we getting for them? That's got to be the question, hasn't it?
Okay. Pro 65 gamer, are you going to sign any world-class youth players this summer?
We may have to wait till January.
Carl Blundell, do you think the rumours saying Everton are bidding for Lau from Lille and Malcolm are true? I hope they are because they're class. I'd love them to be, but it's with Marcel, isn't it, I suppose? Kevin Thompson asks, would Sahar be a good fit?
Yeah, I think he would be. I think Sahar's a tremendous player. I really do. And listen, whatever you think about him, I think he's one of the hardest players in the Premier League to take the ball off. I really do. You watch the amount of fouls. How many penalties the Crystal Palace get? Come on. They get loads of penalties and they're all off him, basically. He is so strong and people are terrified to touch him. He's a fantastic player. It's just that he's got a side of him that now, when he gets kicked, he doesn't feel like he gets enough fouls, so he throws himself down.
Okay. Daniel Solsvet, it's frustrating not getting anyone in through the door. The squad isn't strong enough to compete as it is.
It's not. I completely agree. We are weaker than we are last season at this point. And if we went into the season like we are now, I honestly don't think we'd finish any higher than we have this season. I think we'd be in and around that pack.
Samuel Thorne, Leach, 50 million plus Balassi and McCarthy for Zaha, good deal or not?
Yeah, I'd take that.
P. Murph, are we getting any nerves about the transfer activity given we need to replace Garnett and Zuma as well as add the other positions, or are you confident in the manager sorting it?
I'm somewhere in the middle, but I haven't really got nerves at this point, and that's not because I'm sitting here super confident that we are going to replace them. I'm just sitting here thinking, well, what can you do about it? What can you honestly do about it?
Matthew Thomas says, could Broadhead take Lookman's spot in the squad if we also do sign a winger? I'd say nope.
No, I don't think he's up to that level yet.
Nope. Drax G, what time do you recommend getting to Wigan tonight for getting tickets on the gate?
An hour before.
An hour before,
Go-
yeah.
go-
And you're going to be in a Wigan end, because
Go down, grab your tickets, go and get a pint somewhere, and then go back.
try that. Yabba dabba do. Does it frustrate you, like?
What?
I don't know. I might have missed, because the comments come that fast, I might have missed the first, but it might be about the transfer market waiting, I don't know. Stephen Cairns, will the Toffees be signing Wilfred Zaha? I'd say it's unlikely, but who knows? You don't know, do you? But 70 odd million, just, I don't know. Liam Irwin, what striker and right wing would you like to see come to Everton? I'd like Malcolm and Moise Keane. Whether it's both of them, I don't know. Kieran 1878, personally, I don't think Calvert-Lewin is developing fast enough to be a consistent striker. Do you think we can really move forward without signing a striker for the time being?
He did come on leaps and bounds in that last 9-10 weeks, didn't he? He really did. I mean, there's no real argument about that. I thought he came on massively for the team. He did, certainly. Okay, it's not necessarily a natural goal scorer, but for the team, I thought he came on massively. Is that good enough? I don't know.
Robbie Rotten, I like Timo Werner and Wilfred Zaha. I like Timo Werner, love him. Alex Kenny, in a dream scenario, would you rather have signed Kimmich and Varane to sort out centre-back and right-back, or one of the world's best strikers, Lewandowski or Aguero?
Strikers win games.
Yeah, agreed. Keith Powell, Sangari is the man to replace Guy. He is. Lucian Gamer 134. We've said we love the away kit. We absolutely love it. Andrew Ward, Everton are the only team in the Premier League that does not let their brand sell anywhere other than their website or the club shop. Well,
that's not strictly true.
No, that's not strictly true. Now, it was for a number of years.
It was.
It's getting better. It's still not good enough.
You could walk into the JD on Oxford Street and get the Everton kit, but it's still not good enough by any
airport as well.
Yeah, but it's not good enough by any shadow of the imagination. I mean, do I want it selling in Sports Direct? I do not, but I'd like to think that you could walk into shops in the States, which I think you can. I think it is a bit of a myth now that you can't buy the Everton kit in places. It's just that you want to be able to get more. You want to be able to just walk into an obscure shop in, anywhere in America, be able to pick it up. New York, I think you can get it in upper 90, I think, in New York. But then the prices are not great either, are they?
No.
Prices
aren't great either.
No, they're not great.
60 quid for a shirt, a joke. Livervid, is it only me, but would you sign Chris Wood? Nope. Not for where we want to be, mate, no. Cal Blunder said if Zaha gets 9 with Benteke and Townsend, imagine what he'd get with Bernard and Richarlison. Jonathan McCulper thinks Zaha would be amazing for us. Captain Corrish, 1980, says thanks for keeping me sane the pre-season, boys. Keep up the smashing work. Igor Dabrowski, do you actually think Zaha is worth going for? 53 goals in over 300 games. Are we not better going for someone younger and cheaper? Yeah. But he's Premier League proven that. Ahmed Abdul Rahman says, how much do you think Sangari would cost us in this inflated market? Well, French press are saying you'd get him for 24 million euros. So that's not a lot, is it? I've just seen as Tom Davis got a future, but I don't know where it come from because the chat's jumped again.
Well, he signed a contract, so
I think he's got a future, definitely. Sam Jones says, why are we leaving it so late to sign players?
Because we can't get them, I would imagine. John Hill says, with us sending Lookman their way, how about Timo Werner coming our way? Seems like he's losing patience with him. They're losing patience with him. I mean, that'd be the dream, wouldn't it?
We'd love to get him, but I don't know what how much he'd want. They want for him. I don't know where he wants to go. I think he wants Champions League football, which quite clearly we haven't got it. George Lloyd, could Morgan replace Garner?
No, they're different players. Garner's a presser. Snyderland's a ball player, a fetcher and carrier. We need someone who can press. So, and Delph knows how to press because he played for Man City. He can't play for City if you don't press. But has he got the same energy to get around the pitch? I'm not so sure. So
Andy Gomez has, what's the deal with young Dal? Where do you think he's at? Well, he's on loan at Derby. That's exactly where he's at the moment with Koku. So we'll have to see whether he can develop. Brands knows Koku very well. so keep an eye on it. Stevie's the worst cop-out reporter. Bascom, Pearson, Joyce for me, all horrible. All of the above, all the same.
It's just not nice. It's horrible when you get these people and they're reporting on Everton. That's the problem.
That's the issue.
That's the problem. And because they are, and the worst thing is because they are known as Liverpool reporters, when they report something about Everton, there's always in the comments loads of reds. And also Joyce recently, some of his writing just seems disrespectful.
Yeah.
Was it Bascom last week who wrote something about Delphin saying it's a great deal because Everton have got no money, and you're just like, why do you feel like you need to say that?
Weird. Keep them likes coming, guys. Takes a second. Natalia Zakharova, I apologise for that, saying hello from the Ukraine. Hello, Natalia. Terry, I'm going to swear it says there because he's just asking how long we've got left. We'll see in a minute. Dominic Taylor, do you think there are any legs still left in the Keane deal? Yes. Francis Herbert, when are we going to sign a striker? Hopefully very, very soon. John Chadwick, who do you think will go down first this season?
Oh, I don't know. Sheffield United. Charles says, I'm in the US, and since Umbro is not present here, the stores are flooded with Adidas or Nike team kits. I've never seen an Everton top in the area I'm in. But Charles, what area are you in? That is not what area you're in, for a start. Fanatics said, when Fanatics re-upped the contract, they said they had the resources to be able to make shirts anywhere they wanted. So they would make the shirts in their factories, and they've got factories in every state in America, and they've got one in Manchester. So Everton kit comes out, don't have to worry about it all getting shipped over. They'll create the shirts in their factories, no problem. At the end of the day, it's just material and a template, isn't it? Essentially, you just it can't be that hard, can it? So that's what should happen. We were told. Has it happened? Has it started happening? Where are the Everton shirts getting made? If they said to us if the stock's low, they could just get it over the weekend. No shorts and socks. Sorted, no problem. That's what they said. They said now that they're in this world of basically instant commerce, they said. I think that might have been there was something like that, wasn't it? It was like instant commerce. Like if we run out of something, it doesn't matter. They are, because Fanatics have deals with like Nike and stuff. So Nike have a deal with the NFL, and the NFL have a deal with Fanatics. So all the kits are Nike, but Fanatics are making all the kits for Nike. Does that make sense? So Nike design them and stuff, and then Fanatics produce them. Yeah. And that's basically what they're supposed to be doing for us, apparently. So you should be able to get them. And that's the thing. Even if it was like one store in your state, and you could order off them, so your shipping was cheaper and things like that. That's the way it should be. And I think a lot of Blues are put off by buying shirts to live abroad by the fact that they do come from England, and if the sizes are wrong and all the rest of it. We'll wait and see. We'll see how that develops.
Kieran Rothwell, have you seen PES 2020? What do you think of the game? Looks brilliant, and it's just one game of the year at E3.
Charles is in Massachusetts. He currently lives in DC.
And we will be doing a Road to Glory, Kieran. Yes.
To finish this one first.
I know we will, but we will be. Peter Bradshaw asked about Davis. Yes, he will. Mark D10. Hi, Baz and Ped. If Everton only has 2 picks this transfer market, Moise Keane and a centre-back, who would you choose? I'd love Kurt Zouma, but I don't know whether that's going to happen. So therefore, Llorente maybe, Diego Llorente, but I don't know. Andrew Wardley from Melbourne, Paul Cape Melbourne says Bowen worth a pump from Hull. James Sherry says Richarlison for the number 9 shirt. Dominic Taylor says you definitely can get in the number 1 sports shop in Australia, Rebel Sports. It's 125 Australian dollars.
I don't know what is that right? 125, is that right?
Who should Everton sign, Malcolm or Neres? Also, can you shout out Westy? Just have Westy. I'd go for Malcolm out of the 2. RB, not asking that because it's nonsense. Everton fan, I'd love us to go for Ryan Fraser. Donahue Tubes is gay going to PSG. Yes. EFC Batista is off the match. Yes.
Captain Corris says, does Machiri have silky soft hands? He does.
He does. LCC 83, my boss has told me I have to start working Saturdays with Tuesday off and Sunday no extra pennies. Do I tell them to F off?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You get one life.
Enjoy your life.
Don't do it in work.
No. Ian Beale, would you like to see Everton bullying the lesser sides like Leicester for Ndidi or Decore if they lose Ghana?
Can't bully them though, can you, financially? Man United are trying to get Maguire off Leicester. Leicester are like, yeah, sound, 80 million please, mate.
Yeah.
You can't bully them.
Not happening.
They've all got, everyone's got money now.
Rome, we've just heard stuff's ongoing, and that's it, honestly. Nothing else at the minute. He's playing his cards close to his chest, and that's right to me. Is this me, or are they not reading chat? I am reading chat. I'm literally doing it.
Reading all the chat.
This is all I'm doing, Chaucer. It's just there's loads of chats. I mean, there's super chats if you really want it, but I'm just telling you that I'm reading as fast as I can. Steve Ped, you watch Big Little Lies?
No, but my wife does. I've seen a little bit because it's set round Carmel, Monterey Bay, which where I've been, so.
The Rockley 08 wants me to adopt them.
I mean, you're going to Florida for 3 weeks. I want you to adopt me.
Yeah, it's fair play. Donahue Tubes, I wish we had Ronaldo, Messi and Neymar. Okay. Yeah. Steve Baz, if you had to name the 4 players we sign, who would they be? Malcolm, Keane, Sangari, Llorente.
Okay. Gary Ward says, I've never seen an Everton kit in a store in Memphis. I can get them online from Fanatics or Amazon. But you'd like them in a store, wouldn't you? Because I'd like them in a store so that someone could walk in and go, oh, that's a nice kit. Whose is that? Oh, Everton. Who are they? Buy it. Wear it. Start supporting us. By you being able to buy it online, that's fine. But you're looking for it because you're an Evertonian. That's fine. That's always been our problem, as far as I'm concerned, is that you are selling kits to people who are already an Evertonian. You're not selling to people. You're not bringing fans from elsewhere and trying to get their money. I mean, Everton are bad enough trying to get our money, but other clubs get other people's money. You go around Liverpool and you look at, you see kids training and they've all got Barcelona tops on and Real Madrid tops on and Paris Saint-Germain tops on. And I've seen kids in City kits. Honestly.
Kids love footy kits.
Kids love footy kits. Of course they do. So why, Bass's kids have got German kit and Columbia kit and all these kind of things. They love kits. You know.
Ian Beale says, pull your fingers out, lads, and do a road to glory. We will.
We're doing one. We're in the
next week.
We found it very, very. I think we're just going to have to come in on a Friday and blather it.
Yeah. Pro 65 gamer. What are your thoughts on Tom Davis? Like him? I like him. I think he'll get better and better as well. That guy. What do you think of Southside as a potential replacement for Garner? He looks like a boss player. He does look like a good player, but he's not quite the same player as Garner. He doesn't do the same job. I think El Pivote done something on him yesterday. Have a look on Twitter.
The Piv,
he's living the dream. Mark D, blue supporter from down under the Gold Coast. Evening, Mark. Yes, indeed, we nearly signed Bowen previously, but Everton cocked up the deal. He told me this himself as he's a local lad. Okay. Everton FC is the best. He doesn't know what to think about the new Everton kit because it doesn't scream Everton. Paul Hughes, what happened to the new season of Road to Glory with the Redmen too?
Oh, we didn't have time. So much, honestly, there's so much, it took up so much time.
Do you want to call the Prime Minister?
Get Ped to call the Prime Minister a bellend.
Okay, there you go.
I think I've just called him a bellend.
Kieran, 1878, I doubt Barca will be willing to let go of Malcolm.
They will if they want to sign Neymar.
Well, they've literally been trying to force him out all window. Nice signings so far from the Ev, from a red Christo. Cheers, mate. Chris Warby said, do you think all quiet on the transfer front, then suddenly we'll see 3 or 4 come in? Did last year, didn't we?
Gonna have to, aren't we?
Well, we did last year.
Gonna have to.
Steve, Baz, do you think we'll sign Arias? I don't know, mate. there's talks of a loan, potential loan, so I could see that happening. Because don't they want something like 25 million for him or something? So a loan could happen and see how he does. He's 27, isn't he?
John Hill says, how about getting Stones back? No, that would be bad saying no. Phenomenal BS Bobby Brogue says, the same ones who think Lookman is amazing slag Dominic Calvert-Lewin. It's delusional. I mean, strong words. Strong words.
Fair play. Hello, Owen. Owen Parks. Hi, lads. Mort says, do you think it's time to cash in on Mason Holgate?
Not till we get more centre backs.
Phil McBoobs has made a good point. The lad who asked us before, should he tell his boss to do one? Try and find a new job first. Don't cut your nose off to spite your face. The season isn't starting yet. Start looking for a new job now. Don't just bin it.
Do what you feel's right.
Steve, why there's nothing happening on the weekends in terms of transfers? You know what, I thought this last weekend. I was thinking, they just all... They're not, because people do work, but it's weird. Clubs don't really want to announce anything on weekends either, do they? Yeah. Chaucer, if Pickford is staying, then why will we buy another keeper when we have Stekelenburg? Well, we got him on a free Lersel, and Stekelenburg's 36 and in the last 12 months of his contract.
And that allows Virginia to go out on loan, and then he can come back and he can challenge for the number 2, and then Lersel might get off and be number 1 somewhere, and then another young keeper might become the number 3, and they're all fighting to get in there.
Stephen Kelly says, will we be glad when the transfer window ends? Yeah, no.
Not if we haven't signed the players we wanted to sign.
No, fair enough. Ingy says, look at Arsenal, their business is on Sky every day. I love brands keeping the business close to his chest. Chris Warby, what colour do you think our third kit will be?
Navy blue.
Big fella X, do you think we need a backup for Sigurdsson?
I suppose we do, don't we? But
nice play, thingy there. Bernard. Andy Gomez, does Ped have any worries about the second click clashing with your hair?
I look amazing in those lighter pastel colours.
Happy the Andy, you go on the game tonight? Yes. Chris Warby, do you think Everton need a marquee signing like City did with Rubino to make a statement? John Riley, are you having a pie tonight? Probably, for our tea. AIDK, nothing on Neres. I don't think we want him, really.
It's not...
Texas Pete, what's happening with McCarthy, Bezic and Balassi? Well, Bezic played for the 23s last night. McCarthy will be sold, I think, and Balassi...
Absolutely incredible.
Try and get rid of him. Fergie United says he loves the channel. Thank you, mate. Teddy Cook says, why not try Malcolm on loan and then buy next season? Because I think Barca want money for him.
Cash!
Big cash, I think.
Cash money.
Lucian Gamer says, does Stekelenburg have a place at Everton, or do you reckon Lersel will take that place?
Lersel will be second choice, and Stekelenburg will be third choice. And we'll, take his money, help them train, warm them up.
And have great hair. Mr. Majestic 95, would you be happy with Zaha for 70 million and Richarlison as the main striker? You would, wouldn't you?
I don't see us paying 70 million for Zaha, but I do think he's a very good player.
I mean, that's it. I think with our lack of defensive reinforcements, could Lewis Gibson's chance to be in and around the squad?
Of course it will, because he's been filling in. But listen, if we don't get someone in, then we're going to be really stretched.
Dove True Blue, chances a guy leaving
high,
very, very, very high. Donahue Tubes, are we going to sign Lukaku back?
Nope.
PJ Jarman, Zaha, paper talk, or maybe a chance?
It's just a weird one. I don't get the link. I don't know where it's come from.
Cathal Hughes, Malcolm or Traore more likely? I'd love Malcolm. I think Traore's more likely at the moment. I think he's cheaper. Mark, Deep, Baz, Ped, realistically 2 players Evan could get him before deadline. Keane and Traore.
Welbeck. That's realistic.
Mort's okay. If we have hypothetically finished our transfer window, do you think we can better last season's finishing position?
No.
Not if Ghana goes out, no. John Riley watched Jags play for Sheffield United last night. He had a blinder. Good player. Doesn't matter.
No, it does.
Good.
It does matter. This is like Jags' pomp. Suntan. Looking great in the new kit.
Great in the kit. All Everton are some fans in the north stand tonight. Personally, I'm in the east. I think they're everywhere. Ian Beale, would you rather have a nose for a cock or a cock for a nose?
I don't know. It's a question I don't feel like I want to answer.
Nah, I don't really want to answer it, to be honest, but fair play to you. Jed Thickness says, do you think Zaha could solve both our striker and winger issue?
Yeah, I do actually. But I don't think we're paying 70 million for him.
Ben Sharp, Sky saying Everton are holding
for the
Zaha talks. RB, what do you think of the stadium upgrade?
What stadium upgrade?
Do you mean the stadium?
What?
Alex Kenny says, love the channel. He's watching on holiday by the pool in
Get
Italy.
in there, lad.
That's right. Been watching since about 2015 when the videos you were talking about for a 40 million deal for Joe Hart. How times have changed. They have changed, haven't they? What do you rate every at? That's a good one, Lucian, but not on a live chat.
Yeah, that could be like that could be a video on its own.
Definitely. Is Delta replacement for Ghana? Don't know.
What's the chances of winning tonight? I don't know. It's a friendly.
Hopefully a lot. Do they have a few lined up? Sangari, maybe. I hope they do. What place do you think we're going to finish? At the moment, 8th. with reinforcements, top 6. Yes, indeed. No chance Ian Beale is his real name. That's the fella from EastEnders. I know it is, but there's no chance your real name's Yes, indeed. And there's no chance that Lucian Gamer is his name. Is there? Really?
I don't know.
I mean, it might be.
It
might be. I mean, Everton FC is the best. I'm not
the
sure
best.
that's his name, either. All Everton, would you rather buy a centre-half and a defensive midfielder or just a striker? Just a striker, if I had to choose. But I want all of those people you've just mentioned. Why aren't there likes 200, 335 of you watching? Lazy.
I don't know.
Lazy. Gone full lazy.
Full lazy.
JT Gaming 20 Zuma will be bought next year after Chelsea transfer ban expires. I mean, Nasir just got paid, lads. Now is time to be a patron.
Just got paid.
I mean, it's going to be a patron.
It's going to be a patron. I mean, make it happen. Don't just say it's going to happen. Make it happen.
Love him. Liam Bennett, is Everton likely to sign Thiago Mendes if Ghana goes? I don't know.
Seabear.
Where?
2 Blues watching from Perth, Australia. Reckon we'll get Mandzukic. No.
Fair. I don't know. Who knows? Donahue Tubes think we'll finish 4th or 5th. Tashi_Swiss, EFC 1878, thinks we'll win 3-0 tonight.
Yes.
Mashed
potatoes or roast potatoes, asking for a friend. That's from Priscilla Daniels. I would have to say roast potatoes.
I'd say mashed potatoes.
Well, you know.
And there you
each
go.
to their own.
There you go. Kyle is Lucian Gamer's name.
Oh, you've literally just peer pressure has just forced you to give your identity.
Naming, yeah, and Everton FC is the best. Wishes his username was his real name. Big Nozzer, who might be his real name, who knows? Why would you want to spend 70 million on Zaha when Hart is set on the move to Arsenal?
I'm not saying I'm not like putting how he feels into the equation. I'm just saying that personally for me, I think he's a good player. I'm not putting his feelings into the equation.
PJ Jarman says, coming from the southwest, do you know of any Everton forums to help get up here?
No. I mean, it's not like we.
Why don't you message the club? And I'm being serious here because they will put they'll put you in charge with in touch with people who
Charles in charge.
I mean, he might put you in Charles in charge. I don't know. Chris Warby wants to know if it's worth a cheeky bid for Lukaku. Charlie John, how many goals does DCL get in this year, Ped?
27.
Okay, that's good. Ian Beale, which younger players can you see coming through this season?
None.
Okay. I'll let you do that.
Any flash sales?
Any flash sales for the Street End t-shirt?
Any flash sales for stickers?
Flash sales, I'll wear it at.
I mean, hang on,
we've got one somewhere.
There's one on there.
I'll tell you what's cool. These are cool.
Yeah, these are cool. I mean, you don't need to put them that close.
Oh,
I mean,
okay. Well, I just wanted them to see it.
I mean, you can just do that.
Oh, yeah, but look how good it looks.
I know, but you've just gone really close.
Well, that's cool. Dan Dwarf would love to see Big Dunk as a future boss. Steve Titlebaum wants you know your thoughts on Anthony Joshua. He's a big lad.
He's not a very good boxer.
Okay. Controversial. Where are we? Chose. What do you think about Michael Keane, Seamus Coleman and Leighton Baines? They're all sound.
McDonald's or Burger King?
Yes, indeed. Will you be doing a video with Andy for potential signings to replace Garner? We can do next week.
Burger King's better.
RB, are you worried about any away games this season, like going to Villa Park?
I'm not worried about anything.
Don't know. Oh, you've just done that one, haven't you?
Burger King.
Why is Bezos training with the 23s from Morts? Don't know. I don't know. Where are we? Put in group chat, you call the lads. Oh, does he? Sound, let's put that on. Let's out all Everton. Weird out. Come and see us, we're everywhere. We're everywhere. Mitchell Balzen, what is your opinion on fan channels popping up more and more, saturating the market with content?
They're not really saturating, are they? I mean, content is content. I mean, you can watch what you watch. You don't have to watch what you don't watch. The fan channels are independent media like us. We're getting more power because people like watching us, and the main channels are understanding that. So, right, come on, we'll have to finish. Got places to go, things to do.
Yeah, real tours, because this is quite a good one for tonight. Heads up, being a Wigan-based Blue, the Tudor is the best pub by far for
Get down, Tudor!
Go on the mat, it's in the centre and it's a 5-minute walk from the train station. So if you're a Blue wanting a bevy in Wigan tonight, go to Tudor. It's 5 minutes from the station. That is it. Yeah, that's it.
Nice one.
We're done. See you later.